Hamish Campbell here, reporting for Vision on TV, and we have an interesting person who's going to tell us the history of May Day.
Well, it goes all the way back to anarchists trying to build the trade unions in the USA, and in the 1880s, anarchists had managed to really build the trade union movement.
But for a moment, why does all history come from America? Come on, there must be some European history here.
There is. Well, there's a parallel movement in the UK, but the reality is that May Day as a day is embedded in Haymarket in Chicago, because there was a big group of trade unionists who organised and were fighting for the 8-hour day in the USA, and a bomb went off and some people were killed, and there's lots of questions about who was involved in that. But I think it's fairly safe to say that the people who were arrested and charged and ultimately convicted with setting off the bombs probably had nothing to do with it. And that's been pretty much recognised everywhere.
So why does the state keep fixing up and persecuting anarchists so much? What's so dangerous about anarchy?
Well, we're a dangerous force. We oppose the existence of the state and capitalism. And every state, whether it's communist or capitalist, opposes anarchists because we oppose the state. Because we actually think that people can actually get on better if we actually live our own lives under our own control. So, we are the best people to decide how we should live our lives. We don't need instruction from any government. We don't need people to force us to do anything else. But actually, if you liberated everybody from state control,
you'd have anarchy.
You'd have proper anarchy. And anarchy, if you break it down into the original Greek meaning, means without rulers. So you would have a system without rulers. You'd have anarchy.
But is this realistic for such an overpopulated, overly complex world? Could we do a transition to a more anarchistic society?
Well, it's very difficult to see historically how any attempt, and Marxism officially is a transition period, and it's a transitional form of government. How many of them have transitioned? Because what you have when you put dictatorial regimes in place is they tend to like being in place. So we've seen it in Russia, we've seen it in China. They don't give up power, because once people claim power, they want to keep power. The idea of anarchism is to totally remove that power, remove the power of anybody over anybody else, to allow people to exist independently and freely and make their own decisions.
So can you tell me about, or where people can find out about May Day and the history of it?
Well, basically look at any of the anarchist sites. So look at Libcom, look at the WSM site in Ireland. If you search May Day and Haymarket, that will probably give you all you need to know about the original history of people like Spies and Parsons and the other activists who were involved, as I said, in building the trade union movement and then blamed for something that they probably had nothing at all to do with.
So, what's happening today here?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure. So today is May Day. We had the traditional march from Clerkenwell all the way up to Trafalgar Square. We wandered around the streets, we waved our flags and our banners. Then I was involved in some picketing of the shops that were connected to what happened in Bangladesh and the truly horrific deaths of workers in Bangladesh. Well, we know that Primark was one of the people supplied by that factory in Bangladesh. We know that Mango and Benetton, all of whom were supplied by cheap clothing by that factory, in which now it seems over 100 people died in that disaster. So I was involved in picketing to try and inform people about what was going on, and I've come along to this party apparently organised by the space hijackers. I've had a few drinks, I'm enjoying myself, and this is what it is.
Bloody anarchists.
Well, I think Chumbawamba put it best. You get knocked down and you get back up again. And you have a vodka drink, you have a whiskey drink, you have a lager drink. I've focused on the lager tonight.
Okay. Right, well, if you want to come and have a good time, come and join some anarchists and party on May Day. Check out those historical sites. Hamish Campbell for Vision on TV.